we're live. I am not George Washington. I'm just the voice of Owen Condon, the head of 1 Minute Sports, here with my buddy, co-founder, Chris Bumbaka. Chris, how you doing? Can you sum up the events of the last couple hours for our listeners?
I mean, it kind of sucks. It sucks a lot. But what we need to focus on is we're going back to New York down 2-0. But I really think there's a chance that we come out of this 2-2.
Really? You keep saying, I don't know how you keep believing this.
I just do, man. I think this is the crux of the podcast here, so we might as well just jump into it right now.
Yeah. Let's just jump in. Mets down 2-0 to the Royals in the series. Not a great first two games. Last night, tough one to lose. 2 nights ago, tough one to lose. And then tonight, they just got beat.
Yeah, I mean, the Royals are a very good baseball team. It's going to take a lot to beat them.
Wait,
and they didn't. Yeah, what were you going to say?
I was going to say to all the listeners, what you may not know is Chris covered the Royals all summer for the Kansas City Star, so he's best of both worlds here. So go on, Chris, go on.
I mean, what they did in Game 1, I saw them do all summer. They just battle teams until there's no more outs left, and you saw that clearly. Game 1 was tough. Mets should have won that one. Didn't happen. All right, moving on. Game 2, you get beat. Your ace goes up against their ace. Whatever. That's what they got Johnny Cueto for. I was there the day they got Johnny Cueto, and the goal was for Johnny Cueto to do this, to pitch a Game 2, and to give them a complete game, 1-run effort. And he did that. So it's 2-0 now. Here's my prediction for the rest of the series. Game 3, I think Syndergaard pitches a gem. Not just any sort of gem. I'm talking like dominant gem.
Really?
8 innings. Lots of strikeouts. He's got the home crowd behind him. He pitches great at home.
Here's where I'm gonna interject. Because I thought DeGrom was gonna mow down the order. I thought Harvey's stuff was gonna set up DeGrom's stuff. You know, Harvey only threw the fastball, 35% of the time. DeGrom, I thought, was going to blow these hitters away. Use his second. I thought he was going to strike out 10 or 12 guys tonight. And he just got touched up. Why would Syndergaard be any different?
It just will be,
I just don't see it anymore. Like 3 days ago, I couldn't see anybody getting a hit off this rotation. And now these Royals are just nickel and diming us to death. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but you got to remember the law of averages here. They're going to come back down. So here's what happens. Law of averages takes over in Game 3 for their offense, and the Mets steal one there. All right, it's 2-1 now. And in Game 4, you got Chris Young, who's going to be coming on 3 days rest after an impressive relief outing. But he's going to have to start that game, and then they're going to get into the bullpen early. I think the Mets can take that one too, and then all of a sudden it's 2-2 and it's a 3-game series the rest of the way. And in that 3-game series, you have Harvey, DeGrom, and Syndergaard the rest of the way. And I take that 10 times out of 10 against. I mean, assuming Volquez starts Game 5. Tragic situation going on there. Voltura take Harvey, DeGrom, Syndergaard 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The Mets, Harvey, DeGrom, Noah, I guess you throw in Matz. That's still scary. That's still very, very scary. But it's not scary if the Mets aren't going to hit. They're just not hitting. And they're not hitting at the very worst times with runners on base, which is what the Royals are doing.
I mean, that's who the Royals are, though.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Mets the Mets are a walk and a home run team. They're almost built like a steroid era team, a team that just relies on these huge dongs once every, a couple times a game. The Mets are not going to put together really 4 or 5 singles in an inning. Nobody in their lineup batted over 300 over the season. I'm 94% sure on that. But what they can do is they can, on any given at bat, they can hit a home run. And they haven't done that. They haven't shown any semblance of power. They haven't even been hitting balls to the warning track, and they've been striking no fear into the Kansas City pitching. The reason Johnny Cueto was so great on the mound because he was so comfortable, because the Mets weren't going to hit him. Their biggest threat is a home run, and they're not hitting any. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, that's Johnny Cueto, though. You got your Dano Ventura coming up, and that kid is a nutcase. I mean, he's a good guy. He's a good pitcher, too. But I'm telling you, the second you get in that kid's head, forget about it. It's over. Like, the kid's a nutcase.
Yeah, they were saying the same thing about Cueto tonight. They were saying...
Yeah, he is the same thing. Didn't get in his head. Well, you have to hope they get in his head on whatever Friday night.
What about Lagares playing center field? Do you think he should have or shouldn't have made that play? Is that one that you think he has to make, or is that a tough play that you kind of give him? Because that's what spurred on that 4-run rally in the 5th.
Who hit that?
It was, I don't think, it might have been, it was Hosmer, I think. The single back to center
field. I think
it
was Hosmer.
And
that play, obviously. But that's a tough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to take any single play tonight because they just DeGrom had it. Like, it's not one of those nights where
somebody.
What?
I sit here and criticize somebody for playing center field of the major leagues because I'm in no position to do that.
Yeah.
But I do think that's. I mean, you'd like to play.
Yeah. I mean, now it's time. I mean, game 1 and game 2 are over. Can't look at them. They're over. They're done. There's nothing we can do. We're on to New York. Can they win all 3 in New York? That's the big question. So if they can win all 3 in New York, then yes, they'll win this series. I will wrap that. They're not going to lose 2 more in Kansas City. But I don't know if they win it unless they take all 3. So if they go 2-1 or they go 1-2, I think the series is over.
Yeah, I'd say that.
They have to win every single game. They have to win, and they have to dominate game 3. I think they have to come out and make a statement because they haven't made jack shit. The only statement they've made in this series is that they've made the wrong play at the wrong time, whether it's an error, whether it's a pitch. The Mets have done the wrong thing at the wrong time at every opportunity this series. They need to play a clean game. That's all they need to do. They need to hit it. They need to play a clean game and hit a couple dongs, and it'll be 2-1. It'll be 2-1. It'll be 2-1.
That's what I've been saying all along. That's game 3 on Friday. Excuse me. I think they do that in game 3. And I think game 4, the bats come alive. They get a few runs. They bail out Matz in the bullpen.
Oh no, I think game 4. This is my bold prediction. I think game 4 is Matz's coming out party. Like, because he's like the 4th guy right now. Like, everybody's kind of an afterthought. I think if they win game 3, Matz is going to come out in game 4 and throw a legendary performance. Because that's what he is. He's the hometown kid on the biggest stage in the world. I don't know. I think I have something Disney has already bought the rights to that game, so I figure Steven Matz wins that game. So if the Mets win Game 3, you have to already give them Game 4. So like you said,
I guess I agree with that. I think they'll win Game 3 and Game 4.
I'm agreeing with your 2-2 logic. I'm just using different logic to agree with your logic.
That doesn't make sense, but that's okay. The point is that it's going to be 2-2 going into Sunday night.
Yes.
And then it'll be on the Dark Knight. It'll be all on Matt Harvey. That's it.
That's a movie. That is Harvey started this whole thing in 2013. This thing started with that Sports Illustrated cover, The Dark Knight. The Mets are on the scene. Harvey, if this gets to 2-2 on Sunday night with Matt Harvey on the mound, it's not crazy to say whoever wins that game will win the series. That would be the perfect ending to the perfect movie. Matt Harvey goes on the mound Sunday night, throws 8 shutout.
That's not going to end anything, though.
Yeah, but it'll put him 3-2, and then at the end of the movie, it's like what they did in Miracle. Like when they said they ended it after the Soviet game. They don't show the Finland game. They don't show Game 7 because the Mets are going to win Game 7 by like 15 or 16 runs. Or Game 6 by 15 or 16 runs. These next 3 games are going to prove who these Mets are. Are they the young kids who are happy to be here, or are they the guys who are ready to win a World Series? And in Kansas City, they were the guys who were just happy to be here. Maybe a flight back to LaGuardia changes that. Who knows? That's up for the baseball guys to decide. And no, it's up for the Mets to decide. It's up for the Mets because they're good enough. They're good enough.
They just need deep, man. They need to be that baseball team that dominated the NL East. They need to be that baseball team that went on 11-game win streaks. It's not going to be easy, but the bats need to come alive, and I think they can the next 2 games, 3 games maybe. And then we're dealing with a whole new series. I don't really want to look forward to Game 5. I think that the Mets will get there 2-2, and it's 0-0, baby. And no matter how far they've come in this season, it's going to be all down to 3 games, 1 3-game series. And I firmly believe that right now. I really believe in this team, and as a Mets fan, you got to believe.
Hell yeah.
Rest in peace, Tug McGraw. Believe, and you got to dig deep. And I think the Mets are going to do that.
All right. That's what I like to hear. Mets in 6, baby. Mets in 6. Let's fucking go.